Alright, so let's study this. We have 5 raised to the power x times 25 raised to the power x minus 1, all divided by 125 raised to the power x plus 1. Okay, so you see, we can put these numbers, so this 125 and this 25, in index form such that the bases are 5 and we can apply laws of indices. So the first number here, 5 raised to the power x, is already in base 5. To put this in base 5, we'll say 5 raised to the power 2. Okay, so the reason I'm writing this is because I want to have 5 as the base, so I can apply the law of indices that only works on numbers with the same base. So times this multiplication sign, 5 raised to the power 2. Now this represents this 25. So I still have to raise all of these to the power x minus 1. Another way to write, putting a bracket here, another way to write it is by just putting a small bracket here instead. Same thing. So I'll just write x minus 1. And I close the bracket. I'll do the same for the denominator. I want it to be in base 5. So if I have 5 as my base, what can I raise it to get 125? 5 times 5 is 25, times another 5 is 125. So I'll do 5 raised to the power 3 this time. So 5 raised to the power 3. And instead of putting a big bracket to raise everything to power x plus 1, I will just open a small bracket here and just put x plus 1 in the bracket. And that's the same thing. Alright, so because they are not in the same base, I can add. So I'll say 5 raised to power x plus 2x bracket, okay, 2 bracket x minus 1. I've applied the addition law. When numbers are multiplied, numbers of the same base are multiplied. Down here, I have 5 raised to power. So I will just put in 3x plus 3 because I've expanded. 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 1, 3. Now the bases are still the same. I can apply the division law, which permits me to subtract. But alongside, I will open this bracket. So I'll write x to represent this x. And I'll write plus 2x. I'll multiply 2 times x, so plus 2x. Then I'll multiply 2 times minus 1. I'll write minus 2. Then I will say minus, I'll open a bracket. I'll put everything here because I'm subtracting powers according to the division law. So I'll put 3x plus 3, just as it is here. I'm putting that in a bracket so I won't forget to open the bracket, expand properly. Okay, so 5, I'll just simplify this to 3x minus 2. Now say minus 3x, because minus 1 times 3x is minus 3x, then minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. So minus 3 will go with minus 3. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. So I have 5 raised to the power minus 5. Super easy.